Hey guys, it's Zig. Welcome to episode 15 of the Welsford Sweet Pea Build of Buddies. This video will cover a few days of sanding, taping, and painting. Oh, this thing's gonna look good. So yeah, we did some painting here. You get to see it. So grab a paintbrush and let's get this thing moving.
So Lisa and Lannis came over yesterday afternoon. We spent a couple of hours with the material. I think we picked up all of the trash. But the stuff from Sailrite, the Mylar fabric that's got the lines in it that prevent stretching and stuff, and we made a piece with it. We marked it all along to this corner, and the way that works is she cuts pieces for every bit of it, and then she knows that that's how it needs to go together, and she cuts her material that she's making, leaving room for the hem allowances and stuff like that. So we made the entire talked about where we were going to put the zipper, and she had a better idea than I had insofar as I was going to have a back piece that snapped on with a roll-up flap. She said, instead of that, why don't we just make one that's got it's solid, and just make another one with the mosquito netting. And I like that idea better because the solid one won't have any chance of it leaking or anything.
Mine was the window and you Velcro on the cover. I didn't have a mosquito netting of it. It was just complete Velcro.
Well, that was what I was going to do, but she said, I got the pattern. All I got to do is just cut a hem and put with the snap part and have the mosquito netting. So you just do either or.
Wow.
And it just
makes perfect sense.
The beauty part of this, instead of washboards, is washboards are so difficult to stow in a boat. This will just roll up and I can put all of them in the smallest compartment. You can fold them over, do whatever you want to do with them. What we're going to do today is we're going to take the toe rail off really good, and we're going to paint the whale black. And then once that I've already painted the deck with the finished coat on it. Once that cures, then I'll take the heck out of all this. I was concerned that I didn't have any primer and paint on top of the scuppers, but the only reason you put primer and paint on top of the epoxy is to prevent the UV from getting the epoxy. So when I put the spar varnish on there, it's going to accomplish the same thing. So that makes life a whole lot easier too. We'll just take the heck out of this, and then when you paint the varnish on here, you just slop it on there and several coats. I liked that color. Look in the cabin, Zig.
I've yet to even get in this boat.
That really makes it.
So that brightened it up quite a bit. I used a roller and I just got close to the beams and stuff. And yesterday I took quite a while taping off the beams and the ceiling and all that kind of stuff. And I got a question maybe one of the viewers can answer. How come blue tape sticks to your finger better than it sticks to whatever you're trying to stick it to?
It's the booger rule. It's the booger rule.
So we were kind of throwing around the same color as the roof in the cockpit. Lana said, by all means, don't wind up with the seats that color. It's just going to be too hot.
Absolutely.
That was what I was saying. It's just be an oven.
And so that's going to be the plan. I'm going to do the inside of the cockpit the same color as the roof of the boat. I do kind of like the little strip at the top. I may do the back of the cabin walls, the battleship gray color. And then, I don't know, just got to see how it transitions. And I changed my mind of the boom. I saw the boat Constance. I saw the video again, and they just have it varnished all the way out to the end, that natural wood. I wasn't sure where to end the white paint, and because I used those two different colors of ash, I got that reddish piece. I'm not ash, but Douglas fir. I got that reddish piece in the middle, and there's two blonde pieces on the outside. It looks really cool when you epoxy it or varnish it. So that's going to be very nice. So let's grab the sailing bits. All I want to do is just get them out of the garage. I don't have to put them on. Put them on the table. And then we'll get the sawhorse out.
Well, if I didn't already have the video done, I'd have included this in because we saw the first half in the video.
And then here are the pieces of ash that I sliced and laminated yesterday.
I've been bumping this thing and I'm still having to take Tylenol and see it's all swollen up. Okay, good.
Are you taking it with whiskey?
Maybe,
works better like that.
Maybe that's the trick.
Make some more traps for Ziggy.
Yeah.
Through that area, and there's big eroded, this big oak. So I've been calling around, looking online, trying to find a piece of stainless to make the nose piece for the bowsprit that I can have my pad eyes for my flying jib and for my bob stay and for my whisker stays, and make it all like I did on Pulu, put a star or something here and then polish a bit so whenever you touch it into something it doesn't knock white paint off of wood when it's all stainless steel.
Yeah.
And online it was going to cost me around 70 or 80 bucks to get just a damn piece of stainless tubing, 10 gauge, 1/8 inch wall, something, 3-inch diameter. And I wanted it larger than this so that I could cut a slice out of the back of it and bring the front end forward so it's not cylindrical, it's got a taper to it.
Yeah.
And I found a place that was right there by your house, and I called them, and they don't sell short pieces. You'd have to buy a 20-foot joint, like $14 billion or some crazy amount. And they said, well, call this place and call that place. And I kept calling around, and I called this one guy, and I always started out by saying, hey, good morning, I'm building a wooden sailboat, and I need a piece of stainless pipe for a little project that I have on the boat. I said, I'm going to weld on it, so it doesn't have to be polished, but it can be polished. And I said, it can be 2.5 or 3 inch because I'm going to cut on it and make it the shape that I want, And I said, do you have any cutoffs or anything? And the guy said, well, he said, I don't normally sell to the general public, but I'll probably help you out with that. I think I got something like that around here. I said, well, you don't have to sell it to me. So you can give it to me, and I'll give you a 6-pack of beer. And he said, oh, okay, we'll see if we can find it. So he called me back, and he actually had 2 pieces. So I got to work doing my metal fab yesterday. And there's
there it is.
there's the piece of stainless. You can see there's a little bit of a taper on it. And that's the wedge that I cut out of it, and it's all in shape. And I'm gonna have my buddy TIG the heck out of this all the way around, and then I'll just grind it off flush. And I intentionally cut this piece out, used the combination square, made it completely straight in the square, so that once this is welded on here, then we can just set it on his workbench. And since it's perfectly square, we can put a level on something, and we'll put one pad eye right on top of that weld, so that weld will go away. And then we can turn it, and then we'll put another one right on the center and turn it, and it's its own jig when you're doing it. And this is just so that the clamp holds it in place. Once we take this part, then we'll take this clamp off. But there it is, and it's could probably stop about right here, but I may make it come all the way down because the edge of it, it's about, wall thickness is about like this, a little bit more than an 1/8 inch.
Okay.
And I'll either have to bevel the outside of this or make some of the bowsprit go away, which ain't gonna kill me. 6.5 feet or something like that. But that's the end of the piece right there.
It'll be all right. Yeah.
So that's ready for tigging. Okay, you want to hold it down?
Yep, what are we doing?
I'm going to plane this junk off. So
Okay.
you hold one end, I'll plane on the other.
Okay. That's just plain crazy.
The other set.
Watch your foot. Watch your foot. One down.
Oh!
Go, 2 down. Awful.
Maybe I'll slow down, huh? That's the first time that's ever happened. So if you want, since I'm a righty, hold it over here. I'll work away from you.
Okay. Hold it down here.
Yeah, you just hold it down.
Okay.
You just hold the head. You know that joke, huh? We ain't gonna say the rest of it though.
Yeah, not with the camera on.
No, not with the camera on. What's that?
I'm doing all this video work, realize I never even turned the camera on. I'm not doing this. Get in the right spot. I'm like, no.
Sure, that's never happened before either.
I accidentally left that thing running the whole time we had lunch the other day. Because I was just doing recording that. Whew.
We'll show your viewers how it works, first of all.
Oh, there. All right, you're viewing.
So this right here is the catch. That is what limits how far down it goes. The pivot is here. Let's put the pivot in the top right now. Good. So as it comes around, it hooks on this bolt that goes through and through the boat. And I had to cut this slot so that it could retract back into the boat. Perfect. And we'll, that's it. Which is exactly how my centerboard works also.
There you
Look at that.
Sweet. The pin for traveling.
Yep, pin for traveling.
Now it's stuck.
So
There it goes.
this is how it come out. We're that far below the bottom of the boat. And this is where we open oysters and you ride behind with ketchup and horseradish. So that'll start talking to us too with us steel on steel on steel. When we get to the bottom, it'll make noise and we'll know. I like having that indicator.
Yeah.
So we're gonna prime this today.
Okay.
Looks like I need to sand up here a little bit more. Pull that pin.
9 a.m. beer break number 1.
It's after 9 a.m.
That's how it's 9:05, I think. So that's good enough. That's how professional boat builders do it.
Keep walking forward and put your feet down in the well.
That's
yeah.
where I'm going. My back's a little sore today, so I'm moving slow. Moving stiff. Boat Factory made famous by Ziggy.
This is the Sawdust Factory.
Oh yeah, how's it going?
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
I'm good.
We got a Ziggy man in there.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, brother?
You doing all right? How about you guys?
Oh, we're doing great.
This is it, huh? This is a big beast.
It identifies as a yacht now.
Is that what it takes?
She's a big girl.
Oh, nice.
Plenty of room. This is where your feet go when you sleep.
I can do anything. Just cut them to fit.
Right back in there. That's what puts you to sleep. That's the bar.
I got a friend around that.
Winch for the centerboard, more feet area. See the two batteries on there, perfect balance for your ballast. And there's a lot of room in here. Let's try it. Let's see here. Oh, the room in the world here, guys. Oh. I can take a nap right now. This isn't bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Plenty of room down here. Way more room in here than the cockpit or the cabin in the wind rider, because there isn't one. So he'll be able to pull up, throw his anchors out on this edge of the beach, crawl right into sleep. Whereas the rest of us, like we, the guys that, and him before this, you had to get the tent out, you had to figure it out, then in the morning you did the same thing, had to get the tent put away. Here it's like, I had that big boat I moved down to the little boat from, and that was, you go and walk around and that thing has multiple rooms and a bathroom and stuff. But it's nice just to be able to get up and go without any tearing down tents and campsites. I get it. I don't miss the big boat because it had a lot of maintenance to it. It's like $4,300 a year just to put it down the slip. And I thought I was going to miss it and all that room, but I have not missed the big boat at all. It's a different sailing down here on the coast, though, so that boat would not have been what we're doing here. So if I was still in New England or in Michigan, I'd miss the boat. But here it's a different sailing, and that boat's just not what it's meant for. Plus, I was living on that boat there. So I did like 20 years living full time on the boat, year round, winter, and everything in the Great Lakes. But, this is gorgeous. There is going to be some content from this boat. We're going to go out and we're going to tear up some adventures on this thing. So that's coming up. All right, let me go out. We got Bob just came in. He's got his big old boat out here on the trailer. We're going to go check it out too. All right, guys, the video's getting a little long, so I'm going to cut her here and start the next one early in the morning the next day. Like, subscribe. I want to thank my Patreon members. They're helping out because this stuff isn't free. If you want to buy me a beer or help out, I'll put the Patreon link in the description below. And I'll talk to you on the next one, because I'm going to take you bastards sailing.